Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday the 14th, and this is the 14th of June. And this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform, taking a look at SPY to begin the day. Have a peek. Remember, these channels are the FOMC formations, and now we are looking at 2 days of inside motion, just as I suspected. Remember, big price expansion has a digestion period if the price expansion doesn't have meat on its bones in terms of saying, why did we move up here? My thought is short sellers getting flat-footed and they got stuffed, and that happens. So here we go. Taking a look at price action, I think we have an inflation survey, but Broadcom just absolutely exploded into the overnight, and so that's doing really well. That's ticker AVGO. We'll be talking about that one in the Zoom call at midday today, but here's what we're looking at. Remember, several things we look at. What's trend? Up. What's momentum? It's up, right? It's not great, but it is up. So what does that tell you? Buyers are going to come in at the bottom. So now we look at the framework. Look at the current candlestick. That's the FOMC candlestick. And then here we are. What's this candle doing? Well, it didn't break higher. It's also with a higher low, but it didn't break higher. Next one, lower high and lower low. Momentum up and trend up, but lower high and lower low. What's happening? Sideways digestion or mean reversion. And that's entirely what I expect. I expect it today also. I expect 542 to be the high, and I would not be surprised if we move down to 537 before we had a bounce, or even 536. Here's the thing. Friday's pretty bullish. Let's take a look at Edgefull. We're going to love it. SPY bi-weekday. Take a look at this. Gaps down over the last year, 72% of them filled. So what are we doing? Let's fill on the side of probabilities. Let's look at 6 months. 67% filled on Fridays. Still think dips to be bought. So that's it. Gotta love Edgefull. One of my favorite folks. A platform that is easy for traders to use. Listen, some of these platforms are absolutely fantastic, but there is a learning curve attached. Okay? So one of those fantastically amazing platforms is Mentor Q, right? Those are my Italian friends, and they are knocking it out of the park, I am telling you. But there is a learning curve, right? Definite learning curve. Fantastic once you get to learning it. So go easy and then go hard, and you're going to get rewarded. But that's my diatribe for my friends. Let's take a look at the ES. Same sort of thing. FOMC, inside the formation, lower highs, lower lows, trend up, dip's going to be bought. What are those edges? 53.85. If we hold 5,400, oh my goodness, it came down to 53.96. That's fantastic. If it holds this zone, 53.98 or so, we've got ourselves a bounce, right? Buy the dip, sell the bounce. When do you want to not sell the bounce? If it gets up over 54.45. Otherwise, you want to sell that bounce, right? What am I going to look for? I want to see if they can fill the gap, right? I want to see what the bounce zone does to give me my short. That's what I'm looking for. Let's take a look at the Qs. What do you know? Broke out, closed right on the top of that edge. I find that to be very interesting. Today, downward. So this line that I had at 476.80, we're going to move it to 477. If we get up and over 477, you don't want to sell that too much. How about waiting until it gets to 478, 479, see if it loses structure, and then sell? Otherwise, you better keep on the dip. Why? See this low? See this higher low? That tells you that there are buyers underneath. People are coming in and soaking up the bid. You want to bring it there? Absolutely, I'll buy it. Bring it to me. I'll buy it. And that is what is happening. Notice, higher lows tell us where the pressure and support is coming from, especially when we're in trend. So we want to watch for that. The flip side of that is, this looks like a little bit of a megaphone. So we are getting ready for another break. I don't know if it's higher or lower. I really don't. I have no idea. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at this. We're going to see this formation, and we're going to accelerate into and over. Let me get another line in the sand here. 481, potentially. I don't really see us going any higher than that, to be sure. All right. Let's take a look at the NQ. Oh, for heaven's sakes. This, of course, is TrendSpider. Gotta love TrendSpider. Another one of my favorite friends. Let's take a look at what happened to the NQ. Same sort of thing. Bounced out. Could not close above it. And that line is 19,607. For those of us watching on the stream, on Top Step TV, you do know that I took a short. Excuse me. I closed along at 607. I did also take a short, but that we weren't online then. Here's what we have. Sideways action. 19,497, 19,500. Sideways pressure, folks. Well, we're not breaking the lows. If we break the lows, we've got more dips on the upside. What am I looking for? Potential reversion to the mean, but I know I have to buy the dip. So if we bounce and we get to this 620 to 650, wow, we did get 650 in the overnight. That's fantastic. Let's put it 660. Then we simply must reverse, or we are simply going to head higher. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. That's the storyboard right now. 2 days ago, the VWAP left us at 19,426. We could get there today if we lose this 19,500. And listen, we can lose 19,500 by about 30 points, and the buyers can still come back. So remember the volatility that is ever present in the NQ. Here's our canary in the coal mine. I tweeted out this morning, listen, we're coming into 38,300. We're going to see buyers there, or there's going to be more trouble, right? So if we don't see buyers that can hold us up and over 38,400, we literally have 37,400 as a break, right? Now, obviously, people came in and bought there, so we might see 37,866, but this is one ugly chart, friends. Ugly. Very ugly. Huge volume candlestick yesterday, and today we are well below that range, so that is a breakaway formation that should take us down into these 38,100 levels on the bounce. So here we are. What's trend? Negative. What's momentum? Negative. The bounces are going to be sell zones. Absolutely. Bounce is going to be sell zones. Look for the congestion and watch for structure to tell you it's going to break. What does structure look like? Bunch of candlesticks that can't close higher. Try to hold a support and then go kapow. So the first bounce that you see above is the one that you take short. Remember, our job is not to be first to the party. Our job is to look for the fastest guys. Holy smokes, have we rolled? Daggone it, we rolled. Same sort of thing. Dad, burn it. Oh, son of a gun. Listen, I'm still in the M contract, folks. That's the one thing about TrendSpider that I don't like. It doesn't roll until the end of the month. But let's look at oil. Oil, I still think we head to 80. The formation shows us this area up here, but it's still sideways, right? They're trying to get above this range, so it is by the dip. Momentum is positive. Trend is taking a turn, and we are above both of the anchored VWAPs. That's bullish. So if it comes into 78, we've got upside pressure. All right, let's take a look at gold. Gold, beautiful bounce off of this edge. Oh my word. You know, sometimes you just miss it. Take a look though. What is momentum? Down. What is trend? Down. Where are we in relation to the anchored VWAPs? Caught between them. So what does this tell us? Well, you might say, Anne Marie, I don't know what it tells us. It tells me I'm in a downside pressure, but we're moving up. That's right. Why? Low, higher low, higher low, wave down, higher low, right? This is building a Marubozu candlestick. My suspicion is that we've got some buying action here in gold, maybe all the way up to 23.50. Could be 23.80, just like this, but we are going to see a collapse in the range. If we cannot get up above 23.38, we've got a problem for more downside pressure trapped in the range. All right, everyone, as I mentioned, we are in rollover, so we are now in the U contract. The same stats hold. Take a look. 54.46. That's the base of the FOMC channel right here. And so we're still inside of the range. For goodness sakes. I definitely am not doing this video over again. Here we are at the top of the range. We want to watch for that 19,868. Maybe trade the M that I've got for sitting there, or look at the cross levels of what might be coming up. But yeah, the same patterns are engaged. The same patterns are engaged. It is sell the bounce or buy the dips. All right, everyone. I'll see you Monday if we're on YouTube, and I'll see you at 11:30 if we're together on the Benzinga Pro platform.